Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be talking about the Indianapolis weekend IRP for the Truck Series and the IMS Road Course for Xfinity and the Cup Series. But before we get into that, let's first talk about Watkins Glen. Yes, we're going to another road course this time. The Cup Series and the Xfinity Series will be at Watkins Glen along with the ARCA Minor Series. So on Friday, August 18th, it would just be ARCA Minor Series Day. Basically, practice qualifying, 3 p.m. for practice, 4:15 p.m. for qualifying, and at 6 p.m. will be the race for the running of the General Tire 100 at the Glen on FS1, Flow Racing, MRN, and SiriusXM. Saturday, August 19th now, 10:30 a.m. will be practice and 11 a.m. will be qualifying for the Xfinity Series. Both of them will be streamed on NBC Sports. 12:30 p.m. will be practice and 1:30 p.m. will be qualifying for the Cup Series. Practice will be on USA, streamed on NBC Sports and MRN, while qualifying will be on USA, NBC Sports, MRN, and SiriusXM. And at 3:30 p.m. will be the Xfinity Series race for the running of the Shriners Children's 200 at the Glen. That'll be on USA, streamed on NBC Sports, MRN, and SiriusXM. Sunday, August 20th will be the final one, and that'll be the Cup Series race at 3 p.m. That'll be for the running of the Gold Bowling at the Glen. That'll be on USA, streamed on NBC Sports, MRN, and SiriusXM. So, with that out of the way, let's now talk about the Truck Series results. And the winner of the Truck Series race at IRP is Ty Majeski. I'm pretty sure this is also his first win of the season. Then we have Christian Eckers, Lane Riggs, shout out to him, getting third place. And Carson Hocevar, Zane Smith, William Sawallish, Roger Caruth, Corey High, Mancraft, and Matthew Benedetto round out top 10. Then Nick Sanchez, Grant Finger, Jake Garcia, Chase Purdy, and Tanner Gray ran out of the top 15. 3 drivers had to qualify. That being Josh Ram in the 34 for his own team. Chad Chastain somehow for Nice Motorsports in the 44 truck. And Armani Williams for the G2G Racing 46 Toyota. Two things I want to mention. First, quickly, Shane Van Gisbergen. This was his first oval race where he raced for Nice Motorsports, and he was actually pretty good. Not too bad for him. He finished 19th, but just not too bad. Obviously, he finished in front of Taylor Gray, who's obviously part of Tricon. He did finish in front of Lawless Allen, but that's not that hard to really do, I'll be honest. I think a blind man could probably do better than Lawless Allen. But anyway, I think Gisbergen's first oval race was very, very good. And there's also been some rumors that, possibly could maybe sign Trackhouse either full-time or a different series part-time, which that's most likely the case. But have to wait and see, though, because if that's the case, then the Supercars silly season will go very much into effect. I will be mentioning the Supercar silly season in my starting grid video for Sandown if you're wondering if you are a Supercars fan. But I think this was a good, a pretty decent debut for him on the ovals, and considering that it is a truck series and it's about to be some craziness in the truck series, I think he kept it very, very clean. So obviously he was very happy when he got the truck, and should be really happy with that result. The other one I want to talk about is a pretty, I guess, depressing topic, and that's Hailie Deegan. She crashed again. I don't think it's her fault. I think what was it, Landon Lewis who hit her? I can't remember, but her horrible season with Soul Sport Racing continues, and I feel really bad for her. At the same time, she has made some dumb mistakes, especially, but she's also being caught up in incidents that has not been her fault at all. So yeah, I'm not too sure what her situation is going to be with Full Sport Racing at the end of this year. I don't even know what her contract length as well for Full Sport is, but we'll see if it's a 1-year deal, then see if it's going to get extended. If it's multiple years, then I think Deegan might be alright, but she's been underperforming basically throughout this whole season, sadly, and she has had some good speed, some good, some good speed throughout the year. It's just that it's not really converted to good race results. So we'll see if she is able to maybe, if she does do another year of the trucks, or even if she goes up to the Xfinity Series, if, this is a spot maybe for, a forward team, maybe S's Green Line, maybe RSS Racing, or even Stuart Haas Racing, or AM Racing, anywhere, really. We'll see how she goes, but I'm a bit skeptical on how she's going to perform, though, but it's alright, though. But let's now have a look at the other finishes outside of top 15. Um, there was, I think, one player driver who which was outside of the top 15, that being Ben Rose. He finished 16th. Jack Wood does not count to be in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure it's because the truck, so like for owner standings, that truck is in the playoffs. So just a little FYI. Then Shane Gisbergen down in 19th place. Who else can we talk about? Connor Jones had a bit of an incident, I'm pretty sure, with Christian Rose in the Arcus in the Arcus series. A little scuffle there. Haley Deegan, she's down 31st. Dean Thompson wrecked out. Spencer Boyd also wrecked out. I don't know what happened to Ty Akram. Kobe Howard, don't know what happened to him. And Greg Van Alst. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is he the first driver to finish last place in both of his debut races for the Xfinity and Truck Series? If so, that is definitely that is definitely a feat. I don't know if it's him or the truck or the car that he's racing. I don't know, but it's just it's not looking good for the ARCA veteran. But obviously, he's also the failed to qualify drivers Josh Ray, Chad Chastain, and Marnie Williams once again. So with that away, let us now talk about the Xfinity Series results. The winner of the Xfinity Series race at the IMS Road Course is Ty Gibbs, and then we have Sam Mayer, AJ Allmendinger, Austin Hill, Justin Allgaier, Cole Custer, Parker Kligerman, Sheldon Creek, Kaz Grala, and Brad Moffitt ran in that top 10. Then Alex LeBay, Riley Herbst, Jonathan Nemechek, Josh Berry, and Sage Karen ran at the top 15. Four drivers about to qualify, that being Camden Murphy for SS Greenline Racing, Connor Daly for Alpha Prime Racing, Will Rogers for MBM Motorsports, and Colin Garrett for SS Greenline Racing as well. One thing I mainly want to mention is the restart calamity. Now, for a little bit of context, NASCAR has changed where the restart zone is, which I'm pretty sure is, I can't remember what turn it is. It's before the banking, so it's after the little hairpin, and then before the banking, up into the front stretch. I'm pretty sure it's like between turns 14 and 13. I think, might be wrong, but it's basically in that area if you know the track. So bit of a calamity there. I'm pretty sure they are. I'm pretty sure they were starting a side by side, so double file, not single file. And it was just whole craziness. Like Brand Jones, he spun out on the restart, and pretty sure as well. Like Connor Mosak just pile drived into Daniel Hemrick on the second chicane. So it was interesting to say the least. But other than that, there's nothing really else. I mean, there was also a bunch of spins. I think Moffat spun out. Sorry, not Moffat. Blade Perkins spun out pretty late into the race. Allmendinger, he was losing a lot of time. And even though it was mainly him and Gibbs. Allmendinger and Gibbs, both of them were just dominating this whole race. So it was one of them was going to win. And shout out to Sam Mayer as well, who pretty sure passed Allmendinger for like 2 laps to go. I'm pretty sure for second place. So that's a great job from Sam Mayer. Maybe a possible road course ringer as well in the making for Sam Mayer, because he won at Road America. And he did really, really well here in Indianapolis. So I'm excited to see if he does win maybe another road course. I mean, we have Watkins Glen coming up. We have the Roval as well. I'm pretty sure the Xfinity Series are going to. So there's a couple more road courses to go, and we'll see how well Sam Mayer goes there. But yeah, he did pretty well to finish in front of Allmendinger, and yeah, so that is the results for the IMS Road Course for the Xfinity Series. Let's now have a look at the other finishes outside of the top 15. There's Connor Mosak that I mentioned before. He is down in 26th place. Shout out to Preston Partners who finished, who I'm pretty sure qualified in front of like 4 junior motorsports cars for like the second race in a row for him. The last one being at Chicago. There's Brandon Jones down in 21st. His season continues to be horrible. Who else? Blaine Perkins, like I mentioned before, he spun out pretty late into the race. Chandler Smith with his suspension issue. Joe Gabb Jr. with a axle issue. Andrea Castro and Ross Chastain, both of them with a suspension issue, and Brad Perez down in last place with a brakes issue. And once again, the 4 failed to qualify drivers have been Cannon Murphy, Connor Daly, Will Rogers, and Colin Garrett. So without a wait, let's now talk about the Cup Series results. And the winner of the Cup Series at the IMS Road Course is Michael McDowell. He gets his second win of his career. Then we got Chase Elliott, Daniel Suarez, Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, Chase Briscoe, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, and Shane Van Gisbergen round out the top 10. And then Ty Gibbs, William Byron, Chris Buescher, Ty Gibbs, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, then William Byron, and then Austin Cindric round out the top 15. I am blind. Holy crap. Obviously, the big one, the big news coming into this, obviously, two of them, international drivers. A lot of international drivers are coming into this. Obviously, Van Gisbergen, Brody Kostecki, Kamui Kobayashi, Jenson Button, Mike Rockefeller. A lot of international drivers coming from different series, came in to race here in the IMS Road Course, which was cool to see. And the other one as well, that Kyle Larson has announced his scheme for the Indy 500 and also the Coca-Cola 600. Yeah, so obviously he will be doing the double header, and I don't know if I'm gonna be making a video on that, but we'll see. But yeah, so new paint scheme for Larson for Indianapolis and the Coca-Cola 600 as well, which is pretty nice. So for the actual race in itself, it was actually really, really good. And I know there's been rumors and stuff about NASCAR potentially going back to the oval. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be happening. I'll be honest, considering today was really, really good. Wasn't as chaotic as in like last year or 2 years ago or like stuff like that. It wasn't chaotic. It was relatively very, very clean. One thing I will talk about though is Justin Haley. Obviously finished second place in Chicago. He had a very hard a hard crash at the first chicane. I'm pretty sure Logano hit him. You know that Logano was kind of forced out there because of Haley, and he hit side impact onto the safety barrier, and for some reason as well in the clip, it also shows Kamui Kobayashi as well spinning out as well, which is not the only time where he spun out. He spun out twice, I'm pretty sure, in that race. But to be fair, it is a bit of a different beast compared to a LMP car, which obviously he's very, very used to, and even F1 car. I'm pretty sure Jenson Button, he also had some issues here. I'm pretty sure the only driver who didn't have an issue was Van Gisbergen. Obviously, there was some pit stop issues and stuff, but it wasn't like crashes and stuff. I know Kostecki crashed out in qualifying. I think Andy Lally was alright though, but yeah, so that's really about it from this race. It's a very, very good race, and we'll see what happens with this race, if it's going to go back to the oval, or we are staying on the road course. I will be making a video, though, on the schedule for all 3 Premier Series in NASCAR. Let's now have a look at the other finishes outside of the top 15, and since there are now 39 drivers, I need to scroll down a bit more, just so you can fit everyone in. For the international drivers, it's Brody Kostecki down in 22nd place, Mike Rockefeller down in 24th, pretty sure him and Chase Elliott had a bit of an argy-bargy and a bit of, as well, a little talk as well after it. I don't think Elliott was too happy with Rockefeller, but that's alright. Jenson Button down in 28th, and then Kamui Kobayashi down in 33rd, so not really good day for Kobayashi, but that's alright. I mean, this is his first time doing this, so I'm not really surprised about that. And down in last place, Sarah Gamrola. And no one retired, which is a good sign. So with that out of the way, let's now talk about the Truck Series standings. So this is what the standings looks like for the Truck Series after the first round of the playoffs at IRP. Ty Majeski, he locked himself into the next round, which was the round of 8. And we got Corey Haim, Christian Eckes, Carson Hocevar, Zane Smith, Grant Finger, Ben Rhodes, and Nicholas Sanchez. And then in 9th and 10th, we have Matt Crafton and Matt Benedetto. Very, very close in that cutoff line. Ben Rhodes, Sterling Lee +4, Nick Sanchez +2, Matt Crafton -2, and Matt Benedetto -3. So it's still, anything can really happen in the next 2 races, which I cannot remember which are the next 2 races. Whoops. But we'll see what else happens. And for the other ones, it's Friesen, Tanner Gray, Purdy, Garcia, Ingram, Taylor Gray, Caruth, Dye, Deegan, and Colby Howard down in 20th place. But we kind of ignore them and we only focus on the playoffs that being the top 10. So Majeski's into round of 8. And there's obviously 2 more races remaining for the other playoff drivers, the other 9 playoff drivers to lock themselves into the round of 8. But Majeski's safe. Everyone else will be looking for a win in the next race for the Truck Series. With that out of the way, let's now talk about the Xfinity Series standings. This is what the Xfinity Series standings looks like after the IMS Road Course. Obviously, no winner because Ty Gibbs won. So, yeah, hasn't really been a lot of changes as well in the playoff picture. Still Nemechek, Hill, Allgaier, Custer, Smith, or both Smiths, I should say, Chandler Smith and Sammy Smith, Sam Mayer, and Jeb Burton, all of them are still win via their wins. Josh Berry, plus 114, he's still basically safe. Sheldon Creed, plus 17 above the cut line. Only 1 point, I'm pretty sure. 2 points, I'm pretty sure it's 2 points. Is now close between him and Parker Kligerman. And then we have Hemrick plus 50 and Riley Herbst plus 34. Pretty sure Hemrick and Herbst, they have a pretty decent cushion over Kligerman, who's minus 17. That was the last driver, currently in 13th in the playoff picture. He is currently 11th in the standings, so he is on the tail of Sheldon Creed. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, Watkins Glen could be maybe a good race for Kligerman. Could be also a good race as well for Creed. I mean, Creed wasn't too bad though in the IMS Road Course, if I remember. So, I mean, we'll see what happens though in that race. But everyone else, basically in a must-win situation. Ryan Jones minus 65, Moffitt minus 95, Grala minus 153. Basically, everyone else is in a must-win situation over there. So, with that out of the way, let's now talk about the Cup Series standings. And the playoff picture has turned themselves into basically upside down, thanks to McDowell's win to lock himself into the playoffs. Obviously, Truex, he's still in the lead. Then Byron, Hamlin, Larson, Busch, Chastain, Bell, Buescher, Blaney, Reddick, Lagana, and now Michael McDowell. Kevin Harvick plus 145 above the cut line, and Braxowski plus 143 above the cut line. Both of them are practically safe. There's 2 races remaining. There is no way that they're going to be losing over 150 points in those 2 races. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he's still in as well with his win at Daytona. And the last driver in is Bubba Wallace. He is currently plus 28 above the cut line. The closest one is obviously Daniel Suarez. He's at minus 28 below the cut line. Ty Gibbs minus 49 below the cut line. And both Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman minus 80 below the cut line. Now Elliott, obviously, pretty sure coming to IMS was minus 50 below the cut line. That has now been extended to now minus 80 because of McDowell winning, and now Bubba Wallace is now the bubble driver. I mean, Elliott Watkins Glen, obviously, he's very, very good. I highly doubt Bowman is actually going to be in the playoffs, I'll be honest. I think Bowman is officially out unless Daytona comes up with like a wild one, because obviously he is very good at Daytona. This is maybe sort of the last chance for Suarez to possibly win, since he is very good at road courses, and even Ty Gibbs as well. So that playoff picture, the bubble, is getting very, very tight. There's basically 1 spot remaining, and there's no way Harvick and Keselowski are losing their spot, so they're basically in as well via points. So it is still Bubba Wallace, the only driver who's sweating right now. He has a decent cushion though, but we'll see what happens though. A lot of stuff can happen Watkins Glen and Daytona. So just a reminder that next week's race is at Watkins Glen for the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series. It's also the penultimate race as well for the Cup Series for the playoffs. The ARC Series, it will be also joining them as well. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.